Hello, my name is Marcin Rusin, and I'm currently the CEO in Gjenkraft. I'm also a co-founder. Quickly about Gjenkraft. We have established Gjenkraft in 2021, so not that long time ago, with the one main mission, which still is to solve the challenge for the composites material, in particular with the focus on wind turbine blades in terms of recycling or handling, managing waste coming from that industries. So with that focus, we have developed our own technology with main focus on the innovative scalability and economically available to support the transition of composite industry into more sustainable waste handling. With that focus, we've been also working with other industries, bringing along commitment for ourselves to work in the composite recycling market and expanding or bring and creating more industrial plants across the Europe to be able to process the composite waste. Let's come to our technology. We are basically focusing on thermal processing of the composite material. It means that under the control environment and temperatures, we are depolymerizing the resins to free up the fibers. This is a multiple thermal and mechanical process in which first of the steps is the pyrolysis, where under the oxygen-free atmosphere, we are breaking down the resins into gases that next are liquefied into the oils. We see an example of some oils received from the processing here. And from this process, we are also getting some fibers that later under the purification process are purified, cleaned, and ready for new applications. So in our multi-step processes, we are recovering fibers, which are the main focus for us in the Refresh project. And based on those fibers, together with other partners, we work some end products and that are valuable for the market, and a great example what you can do with the recycled fibers. And also Giorgio mentioned, with some solids coming for our process, we are also producing some construction materials like panels with Giorgio, but also we can produce other different types of construction materials with the use of our fibers. We are in Gjenkraft. We are not producing, of course, those products. We have partners like GEES or like Setma in the Refresh, which also we've been working on many different applications. We are delivering many, and our focus is to deliver clean fibers with specific mechanical properties for our partners, for our customers to be able to use them in their application. So a little bit more about the process steps. So first of all, in our process, we are downsizing the materials. In a Refresh project, the downsizing has been already done by Eton9 or MTB. And then we are getting the product, the materials, which we need to segregate, not only because of the chemical composition to maintain the proper quality of the products coming out from our process, but also to maintain the proper tracking of materials for the customers, so they're always able to track down where the waste that is coming from them is going next. And then after the proper preparation of the feedstock, we are going through the thermal steps where we're depolarizing the resins, recovering gases, oils, solids, and also the fibers. And then fibers are sent for the purification process, in which we are cleaning the fibers or preparing them for the application, removing the residues from fibers, making sure that the chemical composition or chemical purity of the fibers that we are delivering to our customer is the required level. It's highly important also because different application requires the different, of course, purity of the fibers. If we go for application where the fibers needs to have a proper binding with the epoxy, or that goes, for example, to remelting, we need to make sure that the fibers are perfectly purified and clean. In some application, this purification level of the cleanness is not that significantly, not that require that to be that high, sorry. So it's important to adjust the process and parameters to obtain the proper quality of the fibers or proper grade of the fibers. And of course, after recovering the fibers and purify the fibers, we also need to post-treat them to obtain required length of the fibers. So we are able to prepare the fibers, which starts with a couple of millimeters, or in some cases even down to a couple of micrometers, up to a couple of meters. So different application has a different requirements, not only to purity but also to the mechanical or physical properties of the fibers. So when we joined the Refresh, we see a number of challenges for ourselves in the market and to our technology. Then most of those challenges was already addressed in Refresh or will be addressed in coming months. So basically, the feedstock was very fragmented. It was inconsistent feedstock to the plant. That was also connected to the low awareness of recycling alternatives or the recycling possibility at all in the market. Also, we've been facing high logistic costs for the transportation of wind turbines to our facility, as the size of the blades can vary, but most of them are pretty large. So, and that's requires a new approach how to downsize the blades and transport to our location. And of course, we are challenged and still challenging the challenged by the pressure of the cost of recycled fibers versus raw materials, virgin fibers, which the glass fibers is pretty low cost. But on the other hand, the carbon fibers that also we are recovering and also are present in the blades creates or gives a competitive price on the market. So there's some pressure on the price, and it's very important to have a processes which allow you to recover the fibers with a minimum cost to be able to compete on the market with the virgin fibers. And of course, we've been missing some criteria. Still missing some criteria on the recycling materials, what are requirements for those materials before they can enter the market. And that also is connected with the low adaptation of the recycled content in the new industry or in the industries across various markets, including wind turbine blades production. And last but not least is the scaling challenges. We had to upgrade the lines to reach to the certain throughput of the process to be able both economically available, but also to be able to satisfy the needs of feedstock on the market. And all of those was addressed, as mentioned, by in Refresh project. So what we've been mainly focusing on and what Refresh allow us to achieve was to upgrade our process. That before Refresh was mainly the batch process. In this project, we've been working with our process. We've been developing it further. We've been designing new lines, including continuous line that allow us to reach out the capacity of nearly 3,000 tons of composite per year, which is basically pretty large. It's industrial. We are going into industrial operation right now. So we are one of the first thermal recycling plant with that high capacity in the market right now. We improve also our feedstock control and the material flow through the process. We have upgrade our purification of the fibers, make it more stable and able to achieve different purities required by the market. We have also worked quite a lot with our partners to find out the applications and to make some demo products and application for the fibers. And of course, we are working on a definition that's very important for us on definition what is required by the market, by the off-takers, so we can implement the proper regime into our process to obtain the required quality of the fibers. Yes. So what are the next steps for us in Refresh and outside Refresh when it's finished? We are going still to continue our work towards further scale up in the further scale up of our plant. We are aiming to go up 5,000 tons per year capacity in the next months, years in our current location, and also develop other locations across the Europe for other partners, and to bring the recycling solution available in all countries in EU, and also of course outside. We will continue optimizing our process and testing with the partners of Refresh, delivering materials and collecting the feedback to make sure that our processes, our outcome is meeting the requirements, and continue market development and onboarding of new companies or new waste streams into our processes. Let's go to the frequent questions that we are getting asked. I think that those are the three most common questions we are getting. So the first of all, what is the quality of the recovered fibers? What is the process? If the process is economically available, and if material can be used to go back into wind turbines. So answering those questions right away. Yes, the quality of the fibers are a bit lower than the virgin fibers, and that's because we are processing the fibers first mechanically, then thermally, and then mechanically again. So there is some degradation if the material properties. That's also is very why it's very important to understand the requirements for the market, because then we are able to adjust our processes in a way to minimize the impact of our processes on the fibers quality. So by knowing exactly what our customers are expecting for the fibers, we can tailor the process in the proper way. Yes, but we need to be aware that the recycled fibers has some lower mechanical properties compared to the virgin one. Is the process economically available? Yes, it is, and of course this is why we are doing it. But we're still facing the high pressure from the virgin materials. So it's very important for legislation, for the one that is creating the laws, to make sure that non-sustainable solutions like landfills, cement kilns, or installation are not allowed, because then we are able to compete on the market, and that we can create a turnover that also allow us to further scale up the processes and deliver new materials and higher grade materials to the market, and also that our off-takers are willing to take in the materials for testing and for production of new product. And the last one, if recycled materials can be used for the blades, and I'm happy to say yes. And our colleagues, together with our colleagues from SETMA, we've been working on a demo blade. So you see in the corner, you see a picture of the blade that our colleague Andrea produced together with the wind blade producer. We produce a piece of the blade that is made in a combination of the virgin and recycled materials as a demo, to present that it is possible. Of course, it's still a long way before we can produce the whole blade that can be put it on the tower, but this is, I think, the first important step towards this holy grail, that we are able to close the loop and reuse the fibers from waste, from old product, back to the new product of the same category. And that would be it from my side. Thank you very much.